So it's about 5 o'clock right now. I'm going to drive up to Clingmans Dome this morning, see what I can get for sunrise. Weather up there is so unpredictable. You just kind of have to pick and choose on what kind of clothes you're going to wear. It's always smart to steer on the side of dressing warmer than you probably should. I didn't heed my own caution this morning, so it should be an adventure on how cold I'm going to get up there, but it's usually much colder than it is on the ground level, but it's also very unpredictable on how many people are up there. I've been on a Saturday and there's 2 people, and then I've been on a Monday morning and there's like 100. So it just varies from time to time on how many people are there. So it's always smart to go a little bit early, but we're gonna head up there. It's early, have my coffee, so I'm ready to go. It may not look like it, but I promise I do love my job. It's just not always easy getting out of bed. All right, guys, so we made it up to the dome. Sunrise, not really gonna happen, but we're gonna learn to adapt here. So it's so windy up here, but this is kind of what we're dealing with behind me. And I'm hoping that I can at least do something with a long lens, something like, I don't know, a panorama of just the mountains stacked together, getting that good stacked effect with the long lens. I'll try to turn away from the wind to shield some of that noise, but hopefully, I'm gonna be using this Fuji 50-140, and with a crop body, it acts more like a 70-200. So that's kind of what I'm gonna be using. But what I'm envisioning here is using it with f8, a pretty slow shutter speed, maybe something like half a second to a second long, and then an ISO of 80 to 100, and really try to reduce the amount of noise. I may flip this over to a black and white shot, but as you can see, completely skunked in by clouds behind me all the way across the ridge at the dome. So it's still an amazing view, still an amazing place to come photograph sunrise. But over here though, we do have some pretty cool mist coming up behind this mountain back here. May get some detail shots of that, but it'll just continue to brighten up as sunrise comes up, and we'll just see what happens. Have a nice little pocket of mist coming up over the mountain right now. It's gonna frame this mountaintop up perfectly. It's moving into position, and I think this is gonna be the shot right here. If the pano doesn't work out, this will probably be the shot from the morning. It's not so bad. Even though the sunrise kind of got skunked over and there's a ton of clouds up here and we're socked in, it still has some nice pink and purple pastel colors that we can use. Shooting at kind of that fast shutter speed, you can really bring out the deep tones of those and kind of frame up these mountains and stack them together. But I thought that shot was pretty cool, but I've always wanted a pano from up here, and I've created one before in the past, but I've never really done one on this side of the ridge. So let's see what the pano turns out as. I'm just gonna walk down to another section and try another pano. But while we're walking, hopefully the wind isn't too bad for you guys. While we're walking, you may have wondered, Dave, why are you not using a ball head? Well, number one, I love this tripod. And number two, my ball head broke. So if you are a ball head company and you're watching this, hook me up, because I'm in desperate need of a ball head at this point. It's so windy. just as I was snapping this last shot, really cool shot, but it immediately started raining. And that's one of the things like about landscape photography, and especially coming up to a volatile weather situation like this one in a place that, you know, weather changes on a dime all the time. We just had the sun start to peak out and it got a little bit brighter, but then on the back end, the wind was blowing rain in on my back. So I had to put the camera gear in and run back into the car. The wind is literally shaking the car right now. You know, even though these weren't my favorite conditions at the Dome, it's always good to get out and flex your creative muscles and challenge yourself creatively with some less than ideal light and see what you can get in landscape photography.